What are we gonna get? Man, I wish I could record these games at work because today I had an incredible Helena game that I couldn't record. So sad, so sad. I got Lady Jessica round one. I got Guild Ambassador round two. I got Kwisatz round four. Just chef's kiss, Holzman engine, the whole shebang. It was beautiful. But some games don't get caught on camera, so it is what it is. Baron goes immediately. Disposal, Chimerki invasion ships. And Tessia immediately afterwards. What are the cards? Paul. Interesting. So we have Full-Scale Assault, kind of a fun card. Guild Bankers, a very good card. Gene Manipulation's a good card. That is Armandable, as is the Guild Bankers. Space Travel's okay. Power Play is good but boring. So, what are we going to do here? Techs are probably not good enough to support a Lazo. Let's play Armand. First position is the worst chair for Armand in general. I think he's better in every other position. But this is a good Imperium row for Armand. If I draw out my ring, two of the best 3-cost cards are available. So, I'm willing to take a suboptimal game. And, now that they're tracking win rate stats to the client, I really do hate to lose my... what was I going to say? To lose my win rate with Armand. Because they're going to start tracking it. But hey, maybe I'll win. You never know. So we can Melf Wintat here, or we could go smuggling, or we could go Hardy Warriors. This is a really good combat. One spice if we win the combat. Does that get me anything? Not really. So I think we want to ring here, grab Gene Manip, advance our freighter. Maybe Guild Bankers would have been better, but Gene Manipulation is a card I find more fun. Maybe that's not a satisfactory reason to do something. The thing is, we're first, so unless somebody early reveals, we're also getting the Guild Bankers. So I'm not too worried about it. Yeah, I'm not too worried about it. The problem with being first is that we're probably not going to place it all in the combat. Interesting play from Baron there. Tech negotiation. I wonder what that's about. Maybe he's trying to lock down a power play. So, if we play Seek Allies, we don't trash. But the only other play really is Carthag. So, if we want to get the full scale, then Still Suits is the play, right? That gives us Research Station next round. Just kidding, we don't have city access. Okay, probably not going to go Still Suits. Hardy Warriors, we could block Baron with that, but if Baron went Tech Negotiation, he probably doesn't have faction anyway. Wealth is good for our Swordmaster. And frankly, Armand kind of needs Solari really, really badly in the early game, so I'm actually just going to go with that. I don't feel bad saving my troops. I don't love drawing my faction in different hands on Armand. He's the only leader where I would prefer that, really. On every other leader in the game, I kind of want to draw my faction in different hands, but on Armand specifically, I want to draw them in the same hand so that I can get one round where I trash and one round where I don't. Unless I'm going Wealth Mintat, but that changes the whole story. So, we got 4 Persuasion. If Baron early reveals, then that'll change our whole calculation, but I don't think he would early reveal for Guild Bankers. Although he may not have that many plays. If he went Tech Negotiation first action, he probably has double convincings and not a lot of options. So we'll see what he does here. Invasion ships is a tech we need to watch out for, because if Baron or Tessia get it, they can completely dominate the interstellar track and just go there every round. That's probably what's going to happen this game. Okay, Baron actually does early reveal. He's going to pick up... Oh, he doesn't do the power play. Okay. Having 5 and not getting the power play is kind of unexpected. So we'll get the BG Initiate. She is BG, and so is the Manipulation. So those two are going to work very well together. My Thufir... Oh, man. I'm not going to get him, because Paul's probably going to get him, but even if Paul doesn't get him, we're going to be going last next round. Yeah, so Paul's going to get him. And I don't think Paul's going to pick up power play. Oh, he is. Okay. Well, we have a chance. It's possible. It's not likely, but it's possible. Yeah. It might be good to go to Arakeen next round. That way we shuffle these two together into the deck. Because we want to draw them together. So Arakeen increases in value a little bit next round. We're unlikely to get smuggling going forth, but it is possible. You know, if the combat's good, Baron might go to Hardy Warriors. Somebody might go to Fold Space. You know, because there's spice being distributed, there's a possibility that someone goes tech negotiation and buys a tech. This is all unlikely, but it, you know, it could happen. Paul's likely to go to Fold Space. Baron's likely to go to Hardy. So all we need is for Tessia to not go to smuggling, basically. Again, it's just a very wishful thinking, but why not, right? Let's think wishfully. So Paul goes to Fold Space. We already predicted it. Probably Tessia goes to smuggling, but maybe she wants a disposal facility. Maybe she wants some juicy spice to get her invasion ships online. We have four persuasion. Means we're probably not getting Thufir. We could go to Mentat, but if we go to Mentat, the odds of us getting Thufir actually probably don't change, because we're still revealing last either way. Yeah. So I don't think we want to Mentat first action here. I think we want to Mentat second action. Mentatting first does give us more options. I'll just do it. G manipulation. We didn't really want to draw that this round, to be honest. That was the card we least wanted to draw, actually. I mean, it's fine. Getting the trashes off sooner is cool. I don't mind it. We can take it to Arakeen, and that might help us get Thufir. Also early reveal for Thufir, but I think that's a mistake. As much as I love the guy, it's not worth revealing for him early, I don't think. Not with 2 agents. Maybe if we had done something different. We can trash our daggers now because we just picked up 2 green cards, so we're not super worried about our legal residence in the United States. So Tessia goes to Interstellar, and is actually going to have first crack at it because the SR Anteater is now, based on the reveals, you know, it is possible that we're the only person that gets to 5 this round. I don't think that's likely. I mean, last round, Tessie only had 2. Paul did have double convincing, so he's not likely to have 5 this round. Baron also had at least 1 convincing. So he has 1 convincing in this hand, I think. He does. Going to Arakeen makes it a little bit unfortunate. So let's see here. We want to deploy, but all the cities are taken. So we could hit like still suits. I mean, gym manipulation can really only go to tech negotiation. I think we want to take the 4 Solari from Tessia if we can. Let's wait, though, because we don't know how many daggers she has. Do we? She has 0. So if we put 2 in, we do beat her on that, so let's do that. Unless she's got a card. And then we can see our like what our reveal options are, and if nobody has Thufir, then we do play the dagger instead of the G manipulation, because getting Thufir is worse. It's worth not trashing a card, I think. Because we're Armand anyway. I mean, we're not hurting for the ability to trash cards, you know. Okay, so this is really good, but we can probably snag it with our ring next round. So let's... The only play that lets us get Thufir really is tech negotiation, so let's do that. We're gonna pick up Thufir, one of my absolute favorite cards. I won't say my favorite. Oh, okay. I wouldn't pick this up, but I'm on Armand, so we're gonna do it. And then we're gonna trash a dagger. Tech negotiation paying off. Wait, oh, I played the dagger, so I didn't get the dagger. Dang, okay. Well, maybe it wasn't worth it, I don't know. Okay, so we have all those cards in our discard pile now. Unfortunately, we separated our BG cards. Tessie gets first Swordmaster, not good. Not good. We might get smuggling, though, since Baron doesn't have any faction bumps. Which would be second Swordmaster. Yeah. So... Let's open with a draw. Thufir, let's... Oh, nope, didn't want to do that. We want to recall, actually. And now we have enough Solari, we can play Mentat. Still get our trash off. And play Faction. It's a good deal. And we can grab the sister with our ring. And hey, maybe we draw the G manipulation. Actually goes down with Guild, which is interesting. She can't recover that because the Snooper is gone. I don't know if I agree with that play, but it's the only place that she could have used it. Well, no, she could have taken it off of Fremen. That's the better play. Looks like she's unwinding it to do the better play. Come on, Tessie, you don't want to go Swordmaster. You want to go Hardy Warriors. You want to win this point combat. Ooh. She's going to steal the Alliance. Tessia with a Shifting Allegiance is pretty terrifying. Oh, well, that's not how I would have used it. It's fine. She's got a lot of water. It's not how I would have used it, but it's pretty good. Baron's probably going to win this combat, unless Tessia goes to, like, Carthag. Let's do this. Let's pick up the sister. Draw the G-minute. Hey, let's go. I wanted to go to tech negotiation with this, which is a little sad. But it's fine. I will settle for Carthag, hopefully. Hopefully it'll be available. If not, I'm just kind of SOL. Please don't go to Carthag. Because literally I can't send this card anywhere. Sweet. We're close to the full-scale assault, but I don't see... Well, you know what? We could actually get the full-scale assault by going to research station. Is that, like, worth it? I mean, we're Armand. Yeah, I mean, it's worth considering, right? We go down to 5. We're not guaranteed to get it. We have to draw, on average, 1 persuasion per card. Which actually just means we have to draw convincing. So there's a 5-card deck. We must draw a convincing argument. Drawing 3 cards. Let's do the math. So, hypergeometric calculator. Population size is 5. Sample size is 3. There is 1 success in the population. We need to draw 1 success in the sample. 60%, so it's actually not a guarantee. So for that reason, I think we are going to go ahead and Carthag instead. Okay, let's trash a card. Recon. And Paul hasn't revealed yet, so let's put 2 in, I guess, for the intrigue card. He is probably not revealing daggers. He's got 1 dagger in play. He has purchased none. So if we put 2 in, it's impossible for him to beat us. And we could just straight up win the combat with the blackmail. I mean, it's not usually an amazing use of the card, but taking points away from Baron is important. So yeah, I mean, depending on what we reveal with Thufir, I mean, I'd be down for it for sure. And we get the 2 spice from the manipulation, which is so beautiful. Yeah, this is going to be great. Probably we buy the negotiated withdrawal, refill our garrison a little bit, give ourselves an alternate way to get faction bumps without visiting factions, which is something that Armand really wants. I'm not against playing the blackmail, to be honest. Okay, the withdrawal's gone. I probably don't want a spice trader here. I do really want to see Trevor and Mother, though. Tessia will probably get it. I don't know the status of her convincings. She took it. Yeah, okay. It's probably the only card I would have taken out of this row, honestly. I think everything else dilutes our deck. The Spice Trader is not awful. It's decent with the Delegate, because we can discard it. But Ixion Probe. Well, honestly, with a BG deck, I'm going to choose not to buy anything here. Let's trash the Dune the Desert Planet. Ixion Probe is pretty cool, actually. So Blackmail definitely wins us the combat. We do end up giving Baron a Spice and an Intrigue, but I'll do it. As Armand, we also want non-faction points wherever we can. Baron's 3 points ahead of us. Let's not make him... Or 2 points ahead of us. Let's not put him 3 points ahead of us, right? And hey, maybe they'll reveal spy satellites down the road. Still kind of goes pretty fast. I don't know if I installed the new update. I did, because it shows me my discard pile. Delegates more money. We don't have interstellar access, so it's not like amazing, but it's fine. It's also good to go smuggling if we win the combat, which we probably won't, but yeah, something to think about. There's no reason to do that, because nobody else can go there. Let's Ixion Probe, drop Delegate, drop Dune. And we actually redraw Delegate, which is kind of funny. So, I think we want to play BG Initiate first here. Let's just go ahead and grab this spice before Tessia gets any ideas. Draw into Thufir. Now things are starting to spin up here. I'm really liking this. We're guaranteed next round unless we like end up drawing the sister somehow. We're guaranteed to get the gene manipulation off. We have a ton of spice. We get a ton of spice. We could just honestly just straight up buy a flagship, which isn't be bad with this delegate by any means. So should we play the dagger or should we play Thufir? I think we should play Thufir because we have the BG comp. Oh, he can't go to green. As that comes up more often than you might think. And we went to these two, so we get our trash. Probably we trash the delegate. I would like to buy a tech, but I have no green, so we're going to play diplomacy to a faction. So Paul actually is the one who's able to infiltrate this game, which I don't feel bad about. I mean, of all the people in the game that can do that, Paul is the one I find least problematic. And by not drawing cards, but not playing Thufir, we guarantee our BG combo next round. Yeah. We could actually, we could take diplomacy to Highliner if we wanted. We could take it to selective breeding, which wouldn't be bad, although it might be overkill. Our deck is 5, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cards in hand. So we're at 11 cards. If we take Thufir to selective breeding, we draw 3 cards. We go down to 3 persuasion. We probably trash the dagger. So we go into 3 persuasion, we draw 3 cards. Can we get to full scale? Probably. I would say we probably can. There's 1, 2, 3 different 2 persuasion cards. We have to hit 2 of them though, right? We have to hit 2 2s and 1 1. So there's 3 successes in the sample of 5. We need to draw 2 of them. So population size is 5. We're drawing 3. Successes in the population are 3. We must draw 2. Hypergeometric is 70%. So we're quite likely, if we do that, to get to the full-scale assault. And we're at 8, so we really don't have a reason not to. Alternatively, we can, we can start going to, like, guild. With the Chome Delegate, that's pretty good. But we're probably just going to trash the Delegate, to be honest. We have enough Solari, we don't really need to go to Emperor. So let's go Thufir here. Let's draw our first card. That's 2. Let's trash the dagger. We got there. What was the last combat? Oh, that was the one we won. Yeah, that's right. So far we've already trashed 2 daggers, 1 dune, and 1 reconnaissance. The only problem is we drew both our BG cards, so we draw all our good stuff, really. So our next hand might not be good, but we're gonna trash so much garbage that I think, you know, it's fine. We could even trash the dune here instead of the chome, on the theory that, you know, if we get flagship, which we have the capacity to get first action next round, you know, the more uses of this, the better. Yeah, I don't know. It's an interesting idea. I mean, Dune is a worse card. The only way in which Dune would be better is that it has persuasion, right? Tessia cannot afford the flagship, so we're okay from that angle. Now, if you flip a Kwisatz right now... No, okay. So we grab Persuasion. We grab a free Dreadnought. Ooh. Well, we have a new goal, don't we? So, in pursuit of that goal, do we want to trash Chome instead? Just to increase our Persuasion? I think we do. Yellow doesn't draw cards, so let's dump that thing, get more money. Increase our odds of getting Jessica next round. She's also a BG card, I want to point out. So that's pretty awesome. So right now, where are we at? Oh, this game is awesome. Yeah, so where are we at now? So our deck is down to Convincing, Signet Ring, Full-Scale Assault, Bene Gesserit Initiate, Thufir Hawat, Convincing, Diplomacy, BG Sister, Dune the Desert Planet, and Gene Manipulation. It's still very possible for us to just lose by getting raced here. You know, Shai Halud might be overkill. We really don't have Fremen cards. I think Jessica is like clearly the better attempt for us. The faction bump on its own is pretty dang great. Okay, Tessia reveals shifting allegiances. That's what we want to see, right? But yeah, we've already got off 1, 3, 5, 6 trashes. Somebody play an intrigue card? I don't think they did. Still a little jerky, but it's fine now, I think. So what does she get, though? Because she's going to get a tech. Shamarki would be my guess. Yeah. It's a powerful tech. Intrigue cards are good. Disposal Facility, I'm glad I didn't go for this. So what's the new tech? Holtzman? Holtzman is tempting. You know, it's a straight victory point, as is Flagship. Flagship helps us win combats. Holtzman helps us get better hands. Holtzman does run into the problem that we may end up not being able to... Like, we may end up draw locking ourselves, especially if we get Jessica. If we over-trash. So I'm thinking that even though it's more expensive, that the Flagship is still better. So we're at 6 Persuasion right now. We have 2 cards that draw cards in our hand. After buying our Swordmaster, we still have 11 Solari. So I think we can't buy a Dreadnought because we're 1 spice short. But if we go Tech Negotiation, or we could go Mentat and draw 2 cards. I mean, our agent boxes are just so good. Let's do this first. Just a straight up. It's just a straight up point for buying it, and it's hard to say no to that. So currently we're sitting right at 7. We don't have the spice to go to selective breeding anymore. We don't have the water for research station. But if we go Mentat here, or we could go High Council, honestly. The problem is, you know, we're kind of letting Baron have Holtzman, but that's not a guarantee that he isn't guaranteed to get anything out of that. This is still pretty jerky, honestly. It's not horrible, but I feel like maybe it's my PC, because when I was playing on my laptop at work, it really wasn't that bad. I think we play Thufir again, even though I kind of prefer to reveal him. The card draw is going to be important if we want to get Jessica. So, yeah. Mentat, I think, is still our priority. But it's possible that Baron takes Mentat. Baron can't buy the Holtzman. He doesn't have enough Solari. Conspire is interesting. There goes his spice. Okay. Our factions are pretty weak right now. We probably need to. We have diplomacy in Thufir, so I'm not super worried about it. But we do kind of need to make up some lost ground on factions. So let's go ahead and take Mentat. I don't really want any of these cards. So we're at 8 now. Now, I mean, if Tessia early reveals for Jessica, that's her problem. Honestly. I like seeing Paul fight Tessia for that, although Tessia can just shuffle away the influence, so it's really not that harmful to her. If I took Thufir to Still Suits, I could deploy my Dreadnought. That'd be something. And it doesn't hurt to be on threat of the Haga Basin, which is going to become pretty strong coming up here. Let's see what Baron does. Wealth. Okay, so he's definitely gunning for that Emperor Alliance. If Tessia is smart, she doesn't let him have it. We can use the flagship immediately, actually. I think we probably should. But yeah, let's do Thufir flagship to Still Suits. Sister. Okay. So right now, I mean, we could early reveal take Jessica and still use Sister for daggers. Like, we don't need the sister, is the thing. That's the cool thing. So, like, you know, we could even play her to secrets and still get Jessica, depending on what the reveals look like for everybody else. Now, I think Stuffy bought some liaisons for that purpose last round. Let's see. Yeah, she bought a liaison. She has Seashore of her mother, so she probably does have the persuasion. So I think if she doesn't reveal this action, we should just reveal and take Jessica. She also has allegiances, so, like, she's got a lot of persuasion in that deck. And Jessica is significantly stronger for her than Shai-Hulud is. So, let's see what she does. I don't think she's going to early reveal, because I don't think she'll expect me to do that. But she might. High Council. Okay, so she's making it very explicit. Now, maybe she goes High Council, like, maybe she goes Spice Must Flow here. I mean, I don't know. But definitely in our Bene Gesserit, like, combo deck, we're going to want to have Jessica. So who do we take a bump with? I mean, hypothetically, we could fight for the Fremen Alliance. It's just not very likely because we're last in order next round. There's no way the Shadow's out. I mean, we could try going for the Fremen or the BG Alliance. I think I like that better than just trying to compete on Emperor, which requires us to visit Emperor. We'll trash the Dune the Desert Planet. And our bad cards are pretty much gone. Paul with 2 daggers, so if he has a combat card, he can beat us. So glad we used the sister the way we did. Yeah, I mean, oh man, what a beautiful deck. 12 persuasion. So she's going to get a Spice Must Flow. So Tessie didn't lose a whole lot. but I feel like I gained a whole lot. I could have taken an assassination mission. It would work well with the flagship. Paul does not play a combat card, so I'm pretty happy with that. I'm already at 6 points. I'm actually in the lead as Armand, which is not a bad place to be. So I'm more scared of Tessia than Baron. I already own a Carthage, so let's put our dread on Imperial Base. Takes the Holtzman. Good to see that go. I don't want it to go to the two scary players. He takes the Fremen Alliance, which is the reason I didn't take a bump with Fremen. And we can honestly, we can take full-scale assault to Emperor, and it's not that bad. Like, when you get two combat troops, when you go to wealth suddenly becomes a lot better. Yeah. Then when you have a flagship, it also gets better. At this point, we might just consider start buying spice must flows. Now the shuttle fleet is very cool because, like, you know, that really makes up for the fact that Armand doesn't like to go to factions. But at this point in the game, I think we're past that. Like, Armand is no longer in his not going to factions era. So yeah, so Tessie goes up 2 with Emperor, but she really wants that alliance, or maybe she just really wants the troop trick. Either way, she's gonna get this combat. Which is fine with me. Let's save our Solari for next round, which is the important one to win. We'll have our Dreadnought back as well, so it's definitely the way to do it. I'm thinking we could full scale to Research Station. That pretty much locks us in for a Spice Must Flow, but it also gives us troops. We don't need 2 troops for this combat, but it's good to have them for the next one. Baron, I feel, is starting to run out of gas. He doesn't have any techs. He doesn't have a Sword Master. He doesn't have High Council. So, I mean, he is starting to slow down. It would be nice if I could draw into yellow, so that, I guess my only yellow is Jessica, Thufir, BG, Initiative, and Signet Ring. Okay, just kidding. Almost all of my cards are yellow in there. So that I could go to the Imperial Basin. That's going to pay me 3 spice, which is on its own pretty awesome. Sorry if I'm talking super fast. I get excited when I play Armand. But yeah, Baron's in a tough spot. 7 Solari means that if he even wants to get a round 6 Swordmaster, which is criminally late, he has to spend his valuable agents getting Solari. Now, Arakeen pays him 1, so that's really not that bad. But yeah, like, see, he goes smuggling here. And notice that smuggling, if he wants a Swordmaster, he can't scheme. So he schemes, but that's not going to get him there. So now he has to play the Expedite, which will get him there. But it also gives us money, and it's just not how you want to use your Expedite. So we're going to full-scale assault here. Thufir, Initiate, Sister. That's perfect. I don't want to deploy. Technically, we only drew 2 persuasion out of that, but really we drew like 4 persuasion out of that. So we can think of it as like we have 2 persuasion to kind of play around with here. So Paul gives us our spice. It's not... 1 is a lot worse than having 3, but 1 for doing nothing is a lot better than spending our valuable agents. So I will accept it. Thufir, again, we kind of prefer to reveal him if we can. And we want to play a BG card and then manipulation. That's like the ideal. The thing is, we don't really have a card to trash. Like, the card we want to trash now is probably Convincing. But if we trash a Convincing, unless we draw Jessica, we're probably not getting a Spice Must Flow. So, yeah. And then, you know, we're also over-trashing at that point where... Now, okay, we have a Spice Mist Flow. We're probably going to draw that Spice Mist Flow. And we're losing Convincing, so that's a big cut to our Persuasion. So probably we're in those situations where it's better not to trash. The only card in my deck that I want to trash right now is my Signet Ring. And it's not one of the ones available. So, yeah. Tessie to Selective. Okay, so that is one of the issues with potentially going for BG Alliance, is that Tessia does still have a snooper on BG. There's no getting around that. That's just a problem that we're going to have. I think my preferred move here is Sister to Secrets. Yeah, like playing your Guild Bankers or Swordmaster is not what you wanted to do with your Guild Bankers when you bought it. So we're going to go ahead and take Sister here, prevent Tessia from getting more influence with that faction. Secret Forces is not great, to be honest. We'd rather use our Solari on other stuff. Yeah. So now we have the BG on, so we can use the G Manipulation. Problem is, if we go G Manipulation to like Arakeen, okay, well here's the problem. We have a 50% chance of costing ourselves the Spice Must Flow. Yeah. Now, Thufir to Arakeen guarantees it, but we don't really want to play Thufir. Thufir is very expensive for us to play. And if we can get Jessica next round, then I think we should try to get Jessica next round. Yeah. Well, this is tough, because, like, I mean, we could G Manipulation to High Council. That still gets us a Spice Must Flow. Gets us 2 Spice, but it locks off our flagship. We would need another 3 Solari for our flagship, and honestly, I don't see a way that we would be able to do that. If we had even a single shipping bump, it would be fine, but we don't. So, probably we're not going to use a G Manipulation at all, even though it gives us 2 Spice. Is there a tech that's good enough that it justifies that? Well, Shuttle Fleet's really good. But even taking G Manipulations to Spice, you know, we're still like 2 more Spice away from the Shuttle Fleet. So I don't see it happening. I think it's play Initiate or play Thufir. We could Manipulation to Mentat, which is not bad. Let's do that. So draw a card. Jessica, so we're fine. 10 Persuasion. We can probably trash a Convincing. Well, no, we really can't. We just have to decline the trash. Our deck is not big enough. And now we have exactly enough Solari that we can still use the flagship next round. We don't want to play Jessica, because we don't have enough cards in deck. But we do want to put a troop in, probably. I mean, 1 Spice. Well, I don't know. 1 Spice for 1 troop's probably not worth it, actually. Like, going to 4 Spice is not enough. That doesn't give us this Shuttle Fleet. So, and Tessie's at 7, so we have to be a little scared now. She's not like she's losing an alliance anytime soon. But she's spending all of her resources here. And you know what? She's going to end up at 4 Intrigue cards also. So, the Signet Ring is not good. So what we could do is we can play Diplomacy to fold space and get towards a point. Or we can play the Initiate, try to get to, like, some water. Or to Carthag, just because Carthag is good and it provides Solari. Getting away from the ring is not a terrible thing. Having a fold space in my deck is almost worse than... Like, it's almost bad, because of how good our cards are. This gives me a little bit more wiggle room for... my agent, my flagship, but not that much. I think the play here is to grab the fold space. There's a point here, and I need to probably work my way towards it. Stage incident is great. I wish I had known about it a little bit sooner. We're going to trash a convincing. So we're at 7 with Tessia, but I think we're in a better position. We have a point in hand, although she probably does too. And we are better positioned for the big combat. Problem is that big combat's not well positioned for us. It's not a 2-pointer. Maybe it is if we can pick up a spice somewhere, but we don't own the Imperial Basin anymore. Tessia can easily set herself up for this, so not great. You know, she's even if she's behind on troops, she's got Highliner access. But if we can get second, if we can like get close enough to first where we are able to get the point from second and also the stage incident, I think that's the perfect place to be. We shouldn't have any trouble getting a Spice Must Flow. Okay, we have to pay attention to the fact that Tessia is so close to us on BG. Secrets should be our absolute next action if we can. Except Machine Culture gives her the Alliance. So she's at 9. And she's probably at 10 at the end of the round when she buys her Spice Must Flow. So, yeah. She didn't go up with BG. Am I missing something? Does she have another intrigue card? What's going on? Okay, so we have got to go to Secrets. So Jessica to Secrets is definitely the play. Yeah. Well, what about selective breeding? We get to 3 entry cards instead, but we almost guarantee ourselves the Spice Must Flow. I think we should just do Secrets. Entry cards are just too valuable. Recruitment mission is perfect. Why didn't she take a BG? I don't understand. So we don't want to play the urgent mission, but we will play the recruitment mission. Yeah. Just in case somebody has an infiltrate card, you know? So we're at 9 right now because we can use a sister this way. We prefer to use her for daggers, but we don't have to. We really want to draw the full-scale assault. So BG is completely locked up. I don't think Tessia, unless she has good intrigue cards, has a way to steal it. So that's good. She also doesn't have enough spice to go to Highliner, so that's also good. She probably does go to Fold Space here and then gets a point that way, but that's less concerning, I think. And again, we're by far best positioned to win this combat. So I think we got this. Especially with the urgent mission. And Lady Jessica means we can use the G manipulation for spice immediately. What's the new tech? Training drones, not useful. Sonic Snoopers, is that useful? We could get rid of secret forces. So yeah, Tessia does take the Alliance. We could recall an agent. We could go to like double to Emperor. I don't know that that's worth it. But okay, just kidding. Baron's occupying wealth, so that's not going to happen. Okay, so what are we going to do here? Well, we don't need any more faction, at least not once now that Fold Space is blocked. Doesn't really do anything. Everyone's sitting at 1 water, and everyone has access to Siege Tabor. So, I'm really thinking... If we go to Mentat to draw, we end up screwing ourselves out of our flagship. We could go like Carthag twice by using Urgent Mission. That would be kind of fun. We can also go to secrets again. Just to prevent any shenanigans from Tessia. But I don't see that she's going to have a way to do it. I really don't. Jamerky is scary, though. Let's take Initiate to Siege Tabor. Full-scale Skull is beautiful. We want as many troops as possible. We want to be able to basically stage an incident and still win. That seems far-fetched, but I think it's possible. With a deck as good as what Armand's got, I think it's possible. And I'm willing to sacrifice the Spiceman's Flow to make it happen, to be honest. Because if we can win the combat, we can lock anybody else out of buying extra points. Tessia in particular. Tessia is our competition right now. She has no more snoopers, so her ring is literally blank. So right now, we reveal for an intrigue card and 3 more daggers. Baron is like just so badly out of gas. Do we want to play Thufir? I mean, it's harmful, right? Playing him to Hardy Warriors does help. I think we would rather play the full scale, honestly. Research Station's still available. So, like, we could do... Recall here, play to Research Station. We still don't know what Tessia has. I mean, does she have an answer in her deck that would somehow allow her... I don't see anything that would allow her to steal that alliance. I really don't. I mean, Seacher of Mother is cool, but it's not going to do that. So, if we urgent mission now, we can recall... So the other thing we could do is we could just grab the Snoopers. It's not bad. It's an intrigue card on its own. We can get rid of a bad intrigue card. I think that's just the play, actually. So, let's just go ahead and grab the Snoopers. We're gonna go ahead and trash these 2. And then we urgent mission to pull back this guy. Oh, I didn't want to... Okay. Didn't want to grab a card. But I guess I took too long. That's my fault. I guess grabbing a card's not terrible. If we end up overdrawing, then... You know, it's worthwhile. So Paul put enough troops in that we can't really be confident in... We can't really be confident in being able to stage an incident also. Finesse is interesting. Problem is, there's nowhere we can really afford to go down. We can finesse on BG just to swap out a card. It's not amazing. It does mean... So I'm at 8, right? So I can play Diplomacy somewhere. I can play Diplomacy to like still suits. Finesse down, up, and that's pretty good. And then we also, having done that, can deploy an additional troop. And we can wait. We can see what Paul's got on reveal before we finesse. Because if we need the daggers, we can play him. So he briberies. Okay. Oh, he's going to steal from Tessia. Very nice, indeed. That is excellent for me. Excellent for me. Now, the trouble with the stage and incident is that Baron does have the ability to buy 2 points. And he also has 2 intrigue cards. So what we do here, I'm pretty confident, is we go down with Fremen to go up with Guild. That gets us to 9. Spice Must Flow is 10. And we don't even have to necessarily win the combat. We got this game in the bag. Paul has Holtzman, but that doesn't matter. We should have waited to use Sonic Snoopers until we revealed, I think, but it's okay. Ambush is perfect. So we get the 2 Persuasion, we buy the Spice Must Flow, we put it in our discard pile. I'm sorry, Embedded Agent. I wish I could have gotten you this game, but we can't have literally everything, can we? So we ambush first, and then we stage an incident. We go to 12, right? Yeah, that's game. Oh man, that was wonderful. Tessia and Baron can't hold a candle to our Mondicas. Good plans within plans, Tessia. You thought Tessia could just auto win with the plans within plans? Oh, buddy. Little did you realize this point salad monstrosity that our Mondicas cooked up. I'm really glad, because I came home today. I didn't have any videos in my queue. So I was like, I'm going to record a video, and no matter how badly it goes, I'm going to upload it. You know, I upload a lot of losses, but I don't upload them if they're, like, painfully bad, usually. So I was like, I'm going to upload it no matter what, and then I get, like, one of the absolute best games I've played all week. This game was awesome. 3 different combat points, BG Alliance, 3 influence tracks, 2 Spice Must Flows, Stage Incident, Flagship, Jessica, Thufir Hawat, Full Scale Assault, G Manipulation, BG Sister, Chome Delegate, funny enough, Flagship. Flagship's fun. Yeah, so this was an awesome game. So what was the MVP card? If we look at our card history, we opened with buying... I think it was the Initiate. Yeah. We went Initiate to Gene Manipulation to Thufir, I think. It might have been the other way around. It might have been Initiate to Thufir to Gene Manipulation, Ring Sister. I think maybe we ringed Initiate and bought Manipulation. I don't remember exactly the order. But we got Thufir early, and then Thufir kind of led to Jessica. Jessica led to Full Scale Assault. Chome Delegate worked perfectly with the flagships. Let's see the order, because it'll tell me here. So we go all the way back. It doesn't seem like it shows what Armand gets with his ring. I bought Initiate without my ring, and then I think second round I revealed for Thufir and Chome Delegate. So I had to have probably gotten G Manipulation with my ring in the first round, I think. I think that's what happened. G Manipulation, Thufir. So actually we got Full Scale before we got Jessica. I did not know that. I thought that was the other way around. So actually Full Scale has 2 Persuasion. It led to Jessica, not the other way around. And then after Jessica, we kind of were done with our deck. We weren't really building more stuff, but Armand trashed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're not going to count Seek Allies. 7 cards this game. And declined to trash more because all of the bad cards were just gone. It's a beautiful thing when it happens. Yeah. So given all that, let's say the MVP card was... I want to say it was Full Scale, but... Let me see the entry cards I got, because if my cards from Thufir were good enough... Okay, so... Blackmail I got from... I think it wasn't from Thufir. I got Ixion Probe from Thufir, which was 3 Solari and some consistency, which was great. I got... I think Urgent Mission from him also. And maybe Finesse. I know we got Ambush from him. Without the Ambush... I'm still in first, but... Yeah, I think it's Thufir. I think it is. You could also give it to Gene Manipulation for trashing me early and giving me Spice, which was really good for the flagship. But I'm going to give it to Thufir. Just having that consistency, those intrigue cards and that ability to go almost anywhere was really important. You could also give it a Chome Delegate, just for fueling the flagship, but I'm not going to. I've spent way too long talking after the video's over. I hope you guys have a great night, and I'm going to go ahead and let you go.